For those playing at home, what started out as a joke about 10 months ago, a little over 10 months now, between myself and my friend Jai, after watching the Paralympics, we joked that because of my brain injury, I might also be able to be classified and could potentially run in it. That led us down a rabbit hole of getting classified, finding out I was potentially eligible, which then led us to having to get 4 separate physio visits, testing done, testing certified, then 3 separate doctor's visits to make sure that those tests were certified by them to tick it off, neurological visits to a neurologist, to a neurological assessment of the brain injury and of my previous hospital records with a neurologist from 8 years ago. Then tracking down which hospital I had my surgery in overseas in Bali 8 years ago, and then getting that hospital to find my records, send those records over to me, and then get those certified by neurologists. Then having to send them off to Athletics Australia, who then said some of the documentation was wrong, having to refill out the documentation, and then send that off to World Para Athletics and get them to approve it. We finally got classified, and we finally got told we could potentially compete on the world level. Now, in the lead up and going through all this, when I thought it would take a little bit less time, I ran 200-metre races for the first time since I was 15, and I recorded some times that would have qualified me for World Championships. However, my classification hadn't come through, so once it did come through, I asked the Athletics Australia, could I use those times and classify for Worlds? To which they replied, no. They thought they were a bit surprised I asked. But they did allow me to use one of those times, my most recent one, which is 11.85. And they said to me, with not a lot of time spare, if you run another 11.85, you can classify for Worlds. So this gave me, at the time, 6 weeks to enter one of 3 races, one which was a week away. So really, it was too much time. 2 races left to be able to set that time. And now, as of today, we're 8 days out. But it is what it is. We've got to try and set it. The big problem I have, and why you're probably wondering, what the fuck is this guy doing with this little squat thing, is that the time it took so long to get my classifications, fuck this hurts, that I'd given up on it. I'd stopped thinking it was going to happen and that the path was still there. So I just went back to playing footy and not training and lifting weights. Oh. And unfortunately, what that led to is a pretty fucked up body. Both my knees have bad tendinopathy in them. They're pretty cooked. My shoulders are both fucked. My back's a little fucked. But the knees are the big problem. And that's why all I'm doing at the moment, training-wise now, with 8 days left for the first race, is stuff like this, which are Spanish squats with resistance bands. Just working on the tendinopathy to help the knees. Because all I'm trying to really do at this point is bulletproof the knees a little bit so they don't hurt much on the day. There's not much time left, there's 8 days, so I'm not really going to build any more explosive power through my legs. Now it's kind of tapering it off a little bit. But so all this work is really just to try and put some heavy, slow, isometric work basically into the tendons, because research shows that heavy, slow lifting is the best thing for tendon recovery. Time to put the proper shoes on. I think you're meant to do the laces up first. You might be wondering, gee Shannon, those black and bright gold Nike fucking weightlifting shoes are a bit bougie, a bit extra. Yes, they fucking are. Just slow. Ooh. So that's where we're at. 10 months of waiting, 10 months trying to get it all done. Last minute notification. And now 8 days away from trying to make a world championship. Now the chances of me doing it are pretty fucking slim, to be completely honest with you. If there's anything you've learned in this life, you gotta roll those dice sometimes and just see what comes up. So come along for the ride. And yes, obviously I'm still benching because it's super fucking important for sprinting and shit.